Not kidding when I tell you that like 20 minutes ago, I was like in bed, like ready to find some sort of reason to cry my eyes out because I was just like, I don't know, the weight of the world was on my shoulders. And then my dad knocked on my door and was like, "We're going for ice cream. Do you want to come?" And so I came and I had an ice cream sundae and it was good. And now my mood went from like 2 to like 8. Crazy. I literally think I just needed some sugar. Anyways, okay. So it is the Virgo new moon. I've heard that this is probably one of the most like powerful or like impactful new moons of the year, and I believe that because the trajectory of my life is just like I feel like I'm just like I'm standing in the middle of like everything collapsing and so much being reborn. And all I can do is just like stand here and be like, okay. Like it's like I feel like I'm like tripping on shrooms all the time, but like I haven't touched shrooms in years. I don't know, I'm moving through it. I think I'm handling it with like as much like tact and grace as possible. Like I'm not a perfect person, you know what I mean? And like that's being like raised to me. And that actually has a lot to do with like Virgo energies in my life. But um it really is just like, showing me things like, okay, this is how you can be a better person because we all have work to do, including me. Okay, so I pulled cards from 3 different decks and I'm just gonna yap about them and we'll see we'll see what happens. So first I have an affirmation. Um and it says, if I'm resisting evil, I am attracting evil. And so the back of the card says, if you are resisting anything, you are focused upon it, pushing against it, and acting or activating the vibration of it, and therefore attracting that which is like it. So, if you like these would be like feelings of like shame, let's say you have a habit that maybe you're speaking from experience here, but I'm not going to go into detail, but it's like you're not super proud of it, or it's like not something that it's like you want everyone to know or whatever, but then so it's like you carry this shame around it, but then um shame, like carrying shame leads to stress, and then that leads you to feed into like addiction and like repeat those patterns over and over and over and keep yourself stuck. And that's like what the lower vibrational forces on this planet want, is they want us all to be stuck in like shame and guilt and stuff like that, right? So it's just kind of like knowing that if you're worried about like being evil or being a bad person or being less than perfect, which can be like a lot of Virgo energy, like Virgos are very like perfectionists and whatever, you know what I mean? And they just like they have this air of superiority. um so if you're leaning into that, like you could maybe just be attracting more of what you don't want instead of like being fear like a fear of being bad. It's I think Carl Jung said, I would rather be whole than good. And that's also it's like basically the whole premise of Inside Out too, the Pixar movie, if you haven't seen that. Okay. So now we have tarot cards and oracle cards. So we have the Fool in reverse, and Tree of Life, Conception. Okay, so in reverse, like, upright, this would be good. It would be like we're on. When I pulled for myself last night, I got this, because it's like like I said, I'm on this new journey, like so many new beginnings. But overall, if we're looking at this in reverse, to me this is just saying that like if you are getting stuck in those cycles of like feeling ashamed, feeling guilty, like being stressed out, being addicted, it's just like you're running in circles, you're not moving forward, you're like you're stuck, you're upside down. So the way to change that is to let yourself be reborn and actually be the fool upright and like have that like shift in perspective. And sometimes like for me, I'm realizing it was like I I'm a Pisces Venus, if I haven't already said this. My Pisces Venus ass, literally, it was like God had to dangle. It was like, okay, here's everything you've ever wanted. And like you can have it if you just cut the shit. If you just cut the shit and do the work. And that was enough for me to be like, okay, I'm getting my shit together right now. Um, whatever, so just like look out for that because the universe will, you can bargain with the universe, I like to think. Um, okay, and then also, so if you are running upside down, like in the Fool energy, like when the Fool reverse energy, that make you feel like the Four of Cups, which is like, it's like while you're repeating these patterns, like let's say it's like you engage in a like something that you said you're gonna quit again. Um, And then so you might be in this state here of this person, like they're very just kind of like ruminating, and maybe they're feeling those feelings of like, oh my God, like why do I keep doing this? Whatever. But so the way to get out of that is creativity. Like you notice the difference in these two energies. So like lean into this, like let yourself be felt and witnessed and observed, and you don't have to justify yourself to anyone. Okay, and then so in the middle of all of this, like what we're aiming for, like I said, how God literally said to me, you can have everything you've ever wanted. Right here, the Ten of Pentacles. This is everything you've ever wanted. Okay, so this is on the other side of like you facing yourself and you doing the work, whatever that is for you, right? So it's just like this to me, it came out with the protection card. So to me, that's just like knowing that what like your dreams are protected, or like what's for you is protected, and like what's for you won't miss you. Nothing can mess that up. Like even if you know, like take the long way around and like take a little bit longer to learn lessons, like at the end of the day, like what's for you will still make its way into your life, and like what's for you will still love you even for all the like wrong that you've done. I guess I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, just good things await. Look, they have dogs, they have a house, you know, they look good. They're doing good. Okay. And then so you know, instead of resisting evil and attracting evil, how to get out of that energy too is you have to be the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is like the queen of truth, right? So she just like she's able to really easily discern like, okay, this person is being honest with me, this person isn't, like I'm being real with myself, like this is how much time I have for this, you know what I mean? It's just like she's not overly emotional. She's just very like of the facts. And so that goes with stone people, or knowing. And so I think like you can be the Queen of Swords, like even though I said she's not a super emotional person, it's like she still has to have some sort of intuitive quality to like know what is true. Because if like you don't know that for yourself, you're going to be relying on other people to tell you that, and that's just not going to get you anywhere, girl. Okay. And then, so we got the King of Wands reverse. We've been getting this a lot. If you watched a lot of tarot readers on here, Steve's Love Tarot, he calls the King of Wands the Burger King. And that's like he's so good. He's my favorite. But anyway, so the King of Wands in reverse. I'm gonna Google what it says actually. But it's probably gonna be like bitchy, egomaniacal. Um, impulsiveness, haste, ruthlessness, high expectations. So, you know, it's like that might be um the energy that like you're leaning into, because it's like you want to achieve your goals, right? It's like you um how I can explain it is like, okay, so me personally right now, like the circumstances of my life, like when I look around me, it's like it's not ideal. Like, I mean, I'm very grateful for a lot of things. Like, you know, I'm living with my parents right now, so I'm like I'm able to save money and stuff, but it's just like my hometown is small. I don't have a lot to do. Like, you know, I just like I feel really like bored and limited, and like I don't know, I just feel like I have so much more to offer that I'm able to give here, but whatever. Um Okay, so but then so I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I was saying, like I was explaining to him, I was like, okay, like in the 3D, like this is where we are, but then in the 5D, like everything happens energetically in the 5D before we'll feel it in the 3D. And it's like I can feel in the 5D, I'm just like somewhere, like something very just like, you know, something big is happening. And even just by big, if that just means that like I'm able to feel happy more of the time, because I don't like I'm not absorbing the energy of like other people around me that just like, you know, sometimes your circumstances keep you in a little bit of a lower vibration than you would like. Um, yeah, like I can feel that. I can feel that, you know, and that's just like what keeps me going. Like that's why I'm so like, okay, let me let me be whole. Let me be in my integrity. Let me show up, like let me be in the moment. Let me not be distracted. And then it's like as I do that, I move closer to like exactly what was perfectly made for me, you know? So, and I haven't fucked up yet. So I'm really proud of myself. And I don't even like, it's just like the idea of like life looking the way I can vision it, you know what I mean? Is so much more appealing to me than like indulging in like a little bad habit, you know? So anyways, the way to avoid giving into impulsiveness and maybe just like going back to repeating those same cycles over and over again is this is earth or nurture. So like spending time outside in Mother Nature, like around other people, or just like nurturing yourself, like in natural, holistic ways. Okay. And then an affirmation that will remind you of all of this as you move through it is I can create my world as I choose. Um, and it says, you are here to create the world around you that you choose. Will you allow the world, as others choose it to be, to exist also? But will their choices in no way hinder your choices? Your attention to their choices does affect your vibration and therefore your point of attraction. So I think this is so like perfect to what I'm going through right now. So it's like, um, living with my parents, like I said, right? And so like I have moved in and out of their place like since I was 17 and I'm like 25 now, and it's just like I'll like go live in another city for a few years and maybe I'll come back here and then go try out another city, whatever. So this is just kind of like my home base. But anyways, so but like I would say this has been the smoothest time that I've lived here, but I've something about watching people like not take care of themselves in the way that you wish they would because that's what they deserve, you know what I mean? And it's just like watching them repeat patterns, or it's like when they come to you for advice and then you offer them a solution and they're like, oh no, I don't want the solution. I just want to bitch to you so that I can repeat the pattern. It's like, what can a girl do? So I have a plan to get out of here. I have a vision, but I have some work to do first. So I'm doing that. I'm fooling my way through it. And pretty good. I feel like I need to do like a cleansing, purging ritual of some sorts. I don't know. I like did a little sort of something that I kind of felt cleared a little bit of energy, but like there's still more to be done. So I'm gonna do that intuitively. Like I kind of feel like I need to like eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, some shit out of my life, but like you can't really do that, but you can, but you can't. Um, but I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's one of those things where when you know something like just some sort of energy in your life, like it's just collapsed like that, but there's no verbal closure, so you just have to sense it out energetically. Yeah, but then I'm just like, I don't want to put too much thought into it because that would keep me looping in old energy of like worrying about other people's problems. You know what I mean? And like, I'm so above that. I That's one of the people I follow on YouTube was saying that it's like normal if you're feeling called to like, keep your like be really selfish with your energy at this time and just really like hold back and stuff because that's where I'm at. And like not even that I'm like sick of other people and stuff, but it's just like I just feel really invested in myself and I don't feel like I need um anyone else to do that, like it's weird. It's like I'm 25 and I'm just like learning how to like live for me because so much of my life was like putting other people's emotions first or like being concerned or like not feeling safe that they could handle their own emotions. So it's just um like I learned recently like anyone pretty much that has Scorpio placements in like their big three like sun moon rising that's like an indication of like an emotionally manipulative mother. And yeah. Um, and then if you have Leo, like Sun Moon Rising, that can be like an either like a totally absent or like emotionally absent father. Yeah. And then Aquarius is like in this lifetime, it's like you came back to it's like a favor to your friends from like a past lifetime. So maybe you fucked them over and stuff. Because Aquarians, like one thing about us, it's like we will help other people so much to like further their goals and stuff, but we just like um we're just like, oh, whatever about our own stuff. And so I'm learning to be a little bit less, oh, whatever. And I'm like actually I'm doing things that I say I'm gonna do. And I'm staying locked in. I'm staying focused. Okay. So I hope that this Virgo new moon does something wonderful for you too. And I hope you're safe. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I don't know about what or when, but I'll be back.